What is going on in Nigeria? This is getting out of hand. Around the 17th of November 2025, armed gunmen attacked the government girls' comprehensive school in Danko local government area of Kebbi state, kidnapping about 25 female students. Some sources are saying 24, some sources are saying 23, some sources are saying 27. During the attack, they also shot and killed the vice principal of the school, Mr. Hassan Yakubu Makuku. As at the time of making this video, it's unclear which terrorist group is responsible for this kidnapping, because the last we saw something like this was during the Chibok era back in the day, where we know that it was the Boko Haram terrorist group that was responsible for the Chibok girls kidnapping. However, who is responsible for this attack? The Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School in Maga is a boarding school where many students sleep in the school hostel during the term. The area around the school is an open land with farm and bush path that people often use to travel between villages. Clearly, the school was set up in an area for such tragedy. The late Vice Principal, Mr. Makoko, was known to be a gentle, hardworking man who cared for his students, and his wife, Amina, who lived with him inside the school compound along with their daughter. In the months before the attack, residents of the area had complained about rising insecurity and several armed group movements within the forest and around the community, which clearly indicates that there was a chance that the signs were there. If the villagers and the people around the community had spotted armed men around and within the forest area that surrounded the school, they should have known it was just a matter of time. The attack began before 4 a.m. when the gunmen reached the school area on motorcycles and climbed the fence into the compound. They carried heavy weapons and started shooting, forcing security guards to retreat and alert the school. The gunmen headed towards the staff quarters and the student hostel while many girls were still sleeping. It was at this moment that the vice principal and his wife woke up to the noise near their window. According to Amina Hassan, the wife of the slain vice principal, she first heard the sound behind their window around 3 a.m. and thought it might have been animals, given how close they were to the bush path. Moments later, 3 armed men forced their way into their house. She said the men asked her husband, "Are you Malam Hassan?" And when he answered, they told him, "We are here to kill you." She explained that one of the gunmen pulled out a gun and shot her husband instantly, and he fell to the ground. The men then dragged her outside and warned her not to go near his body, threatening to shoot her if she moved. Her daughter also came out during this chaos, and the attackers tried to force the girl down to shoot her also, but she tricked them by asking to ease herself, and they let her, thinking she was actually going to urinate, but she took that chance to escape into the bush. Right after they killed the vice principal, the gunmen turned towards the girls' hostel. They broke into the dormitory and gathered about 25 students, forcing them out of the building. In the confusion, one student managed to escape and ran back to raise alarm. The attackers marched the remaining girls through the back of the school and into the bush paths that led towards the forest area used by criminal gangs. Soon after the attackers left, soldiers, police officers, vigilante group, and local hunters began searching the bushes and forest tracks around the Maga area. Parents rushed to the school crying and calling on their children's names, trying to confirm who had been taken. Government officials condemned the attack. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as well as the Defense Ministry, ordered security forces to rescue the girls. The community went into mourning over the death of the vice principal, who was killed while trying to protect the school. Currently, we are still hearing more regarding this kidnapping of these girls. A lot of people have reacted really intensely regarding this kidnap, even across the world. So far, we don't know how the rescue mission is going. But unlike the Chibok girls that were all pushed into a van, into a vehicle, into a bus, it seems as though these girls were kidnapped on foot, which, in my opinion, they are not very far off. And I don't think it would be difficult to rescue these girls, if you ask me. If they had to be kidnapped on foot, if they had to walk, then they did not go far. But well, it's been how many days now? So clearly they would have gone far enough. But this is something I believe. People know where they are. You cannot kidnap 25 human beings. No matter how deep the forest is, somebody knows, somebody saw, somebody knows something. These bushes, these bush parts are actually people's lands, and they are people's farmlands. So I just feel like this is politically charged, and I feel like the people who are responsible for this are just not regular people who are waiting for ransom, because I don't think this is about ransom. The Chibok girls was not about ransom. So what is this about? It's almost as if after Donald Trump showed interest in Nigeria, trying to come and rescue the Christians, we started seeing a rise in banditry. Or maybe we started seeing a rise in the reports of banditry, because we know that this has been happening for a while. Is this politically motivated, or is this one of those incidents where people begin to create their own theories as to whether or not this was staged, this was politically motivated, or if this was an actual kidnap? But there's something else about this story that stands out. The fact that the principal or the vice principal who lived in the school was named and targeted, shot and killed. That to me seems as though this might be personal. This might be more personal than any other theories that we can imagine. If these were terrorist group who wanted to create terror in the school, I don't think they would have targeted to the principal, or they would have called his name before they shot and killed him. Remember, the wife said that one of the gunmen mentioned, "Are you Malam Hassan?" And when he answered, they responded to him that "We are here to kill you." Could it be that they actually just came there to kill him and then in the process decided to kidnap the girls for their own personal use? Because if this was an assassination, then it's confusing, because why are the girls being taken? If you were there to kill him, why take the girls afterwards? I guess they decided to kill two birds with one stone. It would explain why they did not have vehicle to transport the girls. If they had actually come to kidnap 25 girls, they would have come very prepared, with a van, with a bus, with something to transport them far enough. But for the fact that they use legs, I guess it will soon be, I'm hoping the girls will be rescued in time. Let's just see how this goes. But you guys let me know your thoughts.